The yoyotricks.com level up system combines all the fun of yo-yoing with video game leveling systems to offer a whole new approach to learning how to yo-yo. Whether you are just getting started, feel like you've hit a rut, or are looking to add more diversity to your tricks and expand your horizons, Level Up will help you track your progress, discover new tricks, and meet your goals. To get started, just click the Level Up link in our menu, then log in. Feel free to change your profile picture and even your display name. If you are new to yo-yoing, Level Up makes it easy to get started. We recommend you begin with the first 50 tricks. This is a list of tricks designed to give you a leg up on your quest for yo-yo greatness. If you have already yo-yoed before, simply check off all the tricks you already know and watch your experience and levels rise. Once you have mastered the first 50 tricks, choose a style you want to learn, then begin with the essentials. The Essentials trick list incorporates all the skills you need to open the door for all the other trick sets in that style. With the Essentials mastered, you are ready to forge your own path and find the tricks that will level up your game to new heights. When you find a trick you would like to learn, add it to your favorites, which you can then view on your dashboard. Watch the videos, learn the tricks, and of course, level up. Welcome to the premiere of the yoyotricks.com level up system. It is now live on our site. So if you go to our website, you can check it out right now. You can log in and get started. But for now, Brian and I, we're going to tell you a little bit more about it. We're going to tell you some of the history about it that you won't be able to pick up just from using it. And we're also going to answer some questions that came in through Instagram and even give a little bit of a roadmap as far as where things are going to be going in the future.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are pretty excited. So if you haven't already, go to the website, click on the level up button, or go to yoyotricks.com/level-up, and you'll get into the system and you'll know exactly what we're talking about here. So Adam, you know, the one thing everyone wants to know is, what is the level up system?
So the level up system is our answer to the question, what should I learn next? And particularly, this comes up a lot after people have completed the first 50 yo-yo trick list. And I kind of feel like the first 50 trick list has become the standard that pretty much all new players use when they get into yo-yoing. And so they get to the end of this list, and that list was so straightforward, and it was so easy, and you just need the next one to go to. And then all of a sudden, we throw you into the middle of all these tricks, and you just have to find tricks on YouTube or whatever, and you don't know where to go next. And so what we wanted to do is we didn't want to just create an extended list. You know, we didn't want to make the next 50 trick list
After the first 50.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. Because we want people to start to shape their own yo-yo destiny.
That's right.
If you will. And so if you're talking about destiny, obviously you're thinking about video games. And so we decided to kind of take a video game model and superimpose it over yo-yoing, and then we organized the tricks in this new way. Jake, who's behind the camera, he was a big part of that, so we'll talk about him. Yeah, so what we did is we created a new organizational structure. We gave each trick a certain amount of XP, and then as you select those tricks because you've learned them, then your total XP goes up, which will also allow you to level up. You can see that this is Brian's thing. He has gone through and selected all the tricks he knows. That has put him amazingly at level 101, which is wizard level yo-yoing.
Yeah, and that is actually my real level. I actually went through and I checked up all the tricks I know, and I'm working on some of the tricks I don't know. And that's really, I think, at its core, the fundamental thing about this system is that it's there to help you learn how to yo-yo, to see what you know, what else there is to know. That was one of the things I found most helpful about it. I was amazed at how many things are on our site I haven't even learned.
Yeah, I know. I've been surprised too. You know, there's like a lot of stuff that I didn't even know that we taught that are really, really great tricks. So if you're kind of new to the module system, I know we showed this a little bit in the previous video, but obviously you're going to want to go to the Get Started page first. You can go to the first 50 trick list. Now, once you have mastered that list, probably the next thing that you're going to want to do is go through the essential tricks for whichever style you're looking for. And so, for example, if you want to jump right into 4A, you can totally do it. And once you get into this set of levels, you can see there's the essential tricks level 1, 2, and 3. And then within each level, they're broken up into the core tricks and then elective tricks. So the reason why we did that is the core tricks, those are the ones that you really, really need to get down if you want to be good at this particular style of yo-yoing. And if you want to go to the next level, then you want to learn all the core tricks first, because those are kind of the foundation upon which the next level is built. So you can see if you go from level 1 to level 2, these tricks are kind of dependent on you learning these core tricks. Now, if you like the core tricks, but you want to learn similar tricks that are also kind of fun, that's what the elective tricks are.
Yeah, definitely make sure you don't ignore the elective tricks. There's a lot of really neat tricks in those elective categories that are just a lot of fun to learn. Some of them are very iconic yo-yo tricks. And of course, the more tricks you learn, the more experience you get, the further you can level up your skill.
Yeah. So once you have completed the essentials, then you can go into the main categories. So I've clicked the 1A string tricks. And now these are broken up into recognizable trick categories. And so if you want to get into horizontal tricks, you can do that, or speed tricks, or chopsticks, or whatever. Maybe you're really interested in upping your own personal level with slack tricks. You're just thinking, oh, I know a lot of tricks, but I didn't really get into that. Well, you just go to the slack tricks level, and you can see, again, we've got 3 levels. We've got all the core tricks that you want to learn.
Oh, look at this. This is one that I haven't learned yet, quantum slack.
Okay, that's great. So Brian has gone through, you can see he's completed almost all of the tricks in the core for level 1 for the slack, but he hasn't completed this one. So probably what Brian might want to do is click on the heart, which adds it to his favorites list, which you can then see if you go back onto your dashboard. Then you can see that quantum slack has been added. And now if he wants to learn that trick, you can just click on the video, and there it is. He can work on it until he's mastered the trick. Once he's mastered it, then he can just check off the box and he's ready to go.
Yeah, and you know, that's the biggest use of the module system is, again, it gives some categorization and some order to your learning if you're just trying to find new tricks to learn, similar to the tricks that you know, or maybe you've never tried experimenting with something like learning a chopstick trick.
Yeah.
And you want to get into it. Well, we have an easy way for you to do that, learning all the basics all the way up to the advanced tricks. And of course, one of the great features is you can figure out ways to expand into other styles, because if you want to be the most well-rounded yo-yoer that you can be, you want to learn all 5 styles, not just one style.
Yeah. So now sometimes people, they're asking, why did you guys do this? And I think we've already answered part of that. We think that this is a great and fun way to learn. But really it came down, I remember there was a meeting that we had for the company, and I just wanted a different way to organize the tricks that was a little bit better. And so I was like, Jake, let's, I don't know, let's do a skill tree. Like you learn trapeze. I want to see every trick that you can learn from trapeze on the skill tree. And then you click this next trick. And then once you learn these 3 tricks, then that opens up all these tricks. It seems so simple, right?
As if we couldn't just do that.
Yeah, so apparently Jake put some real time into this and discovered that yo-yoing...
About an hour.
Yeah.
Hey, that's real time.
Yeah. Tricks are just too integrated, and the crossover was just too severe. It was too wild and crazy, and so he came up with this type of structure, and then we kind of superimposed the leveling system over it. Even with the leveling system, we went through like all these iterations. I remember the original one, it wasn't experience points, it was stars, kind of like a Super Mario thing.
Yeah, you could collect, every trick was rated by stars, and there were, out of a 5-star system. That was kind of interesting. We went through Pokemon after that, because who wouldn't try the Pokemon concept? So we gave the tricks experience and created a level curve. That didn't work.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. Every video game has a different leveling curve. Like, are the levels really fast at the beginning, and then the harder levels are like way, way out there? Or is the curve kind of the opposite way, where the first few are tough and then the higher ones are easier to get to?
Yeah, so, some are more balanced.
Yeah, I think we tried 5 different games leveling systems until we came up.
Pokemon, Final Fantasy, Dungeons and Dragons, RuneScape.
Yeah.
Bejeweled. I don't know. Yeah. We really went through a lot.
Yeah, so it took us a while. We're pretty happy with the system right now. And you can see the trick levels there are all over the place. You've got the breakaway at 25 XP, and then quantum slack is at 784. And this isn't nearly one of the hardest tricks. You can really get a lot of experience out of one trick. I don't know, it's a lot of fun. So now I know that when we go through this, a lot of people will use it and it will be like, oh man, it would be so cool if you guys did this thing. So we are releasing this, not necessarily prematurely, we feel like it's done, but there are a lot of ideas that we have that we want to get into. So
maybe we could call this Level Up System version 1.
Yeah, or 1.0.
Yeah, we might have some patches coming out, maybe some expansion packs in the future.
Yeah, sure. So for example, if you've got levels and XP, obviously those should be on bars that you can see your progression as you go up.
No.
Brian's going to work on that because
that's right. Yeah, we're going to add an XP bar. Also on the dashboard, we want to add some other widgets that will show you how, in terms of percentage, how much of a certain level or category that you've completed, how much of a certain style you've completed, and also a way to compare. Like maybe you know a lot of 1A and 4A, but you don't know any 2A, so we'll have some graphs that'll help you see those kinds of facts. That'll all be really interesting to help round out your game and even to make some suggestions about which tricks to learn next, which tricks you've been working on.
Yeah, the tricks actually cross over between modules, so you may not realize that you've learned like half of level 1 core slap tricks just by learning tricks from other modules. So this will kind of alert you to that, hey, do you want to finish this module? You're almost there. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of different ways to discover tricks, like we already showed you with Brian. Every now and then, there's just a whole set that you've done except one trick. Of course you have to learn that. You want to complete it. So there's I don't know, there's a lot of things that you can do for trick discovery and kind of guided learning at the same time.
That's right, yeah. One of the other things that we want to add, of course, based on the video game concept, is a trophy or badge and achievement system, which we've already got in the works. I've actually programmed in a way for those of our patron subscribers on Patreon who are supporting us. They've been testing the beta, so they'll actually be able to get an exclusive beta badge that nobody else will have access to.
Yeah, now that it's released, you can't get that anymore.
Yeah, it's no longer in beta. But we've got a number of other achievements we've talked. We're kind of working on that system a lot. We're trying to have a lot of fun with it. So that'll be something exciting to look forward to. Also, tricks you need to know. That way below the video, you can break those down.
Yeah, so on our website right now, if you go to a video page, there's a little tab that says the tricks you need to know that are all the foundational tricks that lead to this one. We haven't integrated that quite yet, so we're going to do some more work with the video player. Now at the same time, with the module system, if you're following the levels the way we described, most likely you're already going to have the tricks you need to know to get into any given trick. But we want to make sure to work in as much as we can to make it as streamlined as possible.
Yeah. Absolutely. Another feature thing coming is app integration. Of course, we want people who have downloaded our app and who are big fans of that to have easy access to this. So that'll be coming in the future. And then probably the biggest thing that we're most excited about that'll be a great addition to this is the Freestyle Builder.
Yeah, and actually this, I don't know if it was a suggestion from a Patreon user, but as they were beta testing, they had said, oh, wouldn't it be cool if it could do X, Y, or Z? And then this Freestyle Builder idea came up. So Jake, actually, he went through every single trick on our website. He watched all the videos and he timed how long every single trick takes. And so what Brian is going to do is he's going to program a system where you can select tricks that you want to be in your freestyle. Let's say you've got a 1 minute or a 2 minute freestyle. So you select a whole bunch of tricks, then it will total up the total amount of time it would take to do those tricks. And then if you've got your own unique tricks that you want to add to it, you can upload those to YouTube, set your own time, work those in. You can rearrange them however you want based on how your music is set up. It's going to be, I think, the easiest way to build a freestyle, and it's very visual. And I don't know, I've only built a couple freestyles. I'm not like a really competitive person as far as yo-yoing goes, but I actually kind of want to put together some freestyles once we get that going, because it seems a lot more fun than what I've done before, like putting it all down on paper.
Yeah, this will be really exciting. I hear we're even going to have some features like adding in dead time or dancing time.
Oh, yeah.
You want to, take 10 seconds to dance on stage instead of doing some tricks.
Yeah, if you're like world champion level 2A player, you can do stuff like that. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that'll be pretty cool. So anyway, we've got a lot of ideas. If you have ideas while you're using it, definitely pass those along. This is a community-built thing that we've put together, the level up system, and it's only by getting feedback that we'll know how to improve it and make it in a way that can meet your needs better.
That's right. Now, beyond that, we also have a lot of common questions that have been coming up as we've been promoting this and talking about it on social media.
Sure. Yeah.
And so I think we should answer some of those. You know, one of the questions that comes up a lot is, do I have to watch all the videos again? You know?
Yeah, well, I guess the idea is that it'll only check the box off if you've watched through the video. Actually, you don't need to watch through the video. Brian here, he needs to learn this trick, or he wants to learn the trick Slack GT. Even without watching the video, if he learned it from a friend or something, you can just check it and, yeah, I accidentally checked it twice, but you can check it and it adds it to your total XP and it's done. So like we were saying, how long did it take you to...
It took me about 5 or 10 minutes to go through the whole system and check off every trick that I knew.
Okay, yeah.
Of course, I didn't have to watch the videos to do that. I just went through every level and check the box of all the tricks that I knew. A couple of them I had to watch the trick to remember what it was. Some of them were the tricks I taught.
Do I still know how to do that? Yeah, so you can see Brian is at level 100, so he's learned 256 out of about 360 tricks. So he really went through every single one, checked it off. It took less than 10 minutes. So it's a pretty fast integration. Now, some people look at this and they realize that this is so sophisticated and good. The thought might be, oh, are you guys abandoning YouTube? We're definitely not going to do that. YouTube has been a great way for us to promote, to get our tricks out there. Everybody starts with YouTube. So we're still going to release the tricks there. Now, unfortunately, YouTube isn't sophisticated enough to be able to integrate the level up system. The module system is what we call it internally sometimes. The level up system can't be done through YouTube. You will have to come to our site to log in so it can track your data. But we'll totally keep releasing all of our content on YouTube. That's always been our intention.
Yeah, absolutely. Another question I've seen come up is, can people cheat? Can they just go through and check off the boxes if they don't actually know?
Hey, Brian, look at me. I'm so good. I learned every trick on our site. You're really only cheating yourself. This is a way for you to track your progress, for you to know where to go, what to learn, all those different things. If it makes you feel better as a person to check them all off so that you can be a level 100 whatever, go for it. But, this is just a way for you to enjoy yo-yoing the most. Now, in the future, we have talked about having a validation system. So maybe what we would do is we would have players upload the tricks that they've learned onto Instagram or YouTube, and then we watch them, and then we check them off in the module system in a validated box that we would add to this. And then if we did that, if the tricks could be validated, then we could have leaderboards. We could give you coupons if you learn a certain number of tricks or if you complete a certain number of levels. That's a little ways off because we need to come up with a really good, robust system that's manageable for us to be able to validate tricks. For now, this is just you keeping track of your own progress, you learning on your own, and kind of getting a feel for how good you are based on the tricks that you already know.
That's right. The other question that comes up a lot is the system free? Do I have to pay for it? And do I have to be a Patreon user in order to use it?
Right, that's a fair question. So far, we've only allowed Patreon subscribers to use it because that's one of the benefits of supporting us on Patreon. And now that the system is done, it's free for everybody. You just have to go to our website, log in, and you're good to go. Now, the Patreon supporters, they are always going to be at the forefront of anything that we're working on. We're always going to be working on new stuff. They're always going to have the inside story. We're always going to be going to them looking for suggestions about where to move next. But once a project is completed, it is always opened up to everybody. That's the way that we've planned to do it. And we think that that worked really well with this particular level up system as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we really couldn't have gotten as far as we did without our Patreon users.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And so we really thank them for their support. And we're excited for how everyone else will enjoy this system too.
Yeah.
And one other question that's come up a lot is, what happens when you reach the max level?
Well, you programmed it.
So you'd think I'd know.
Right.
One of the things that's actually interesting is the system, the max level is set for growth, which means that the system isn't actually maxing out the leveling system. So I program the system in such a way that we can continue to grow the system. We can add videos, we can add tricks, so people can keep learning. We're going to add in the future bonus XP for completing levels and modules all together. So you'll be able to keep getting higher. I have put some Easter eggs in there, just things I think people will find funny. You'll have to discover what those are. But as it currently stands, even if you went through and checked off every single trick, you can't reach the max level. So you're going to have to give the system some time, a little bit of time to grow, for us to grow as a company and add more content before you can actually see what the max level is.
Yeah. So, well, we'll just have to see how that develops, I guess. Yeah, so do we have anything else to let them know about this?
I think that's everything we wanted to show them and talk to them about with the level up system. So again, thanks to our Patreon supporters for all of your support and all of your help just going through and beta testing, and thanks to all of you guys who have been fans of ours for years.
Yeah.
We hope you really enjoy what we're doing here and where we're going in the future.
Yeah, so enjoy it, give us your feedback as soon as you can, and we'll do our best to integrate your ideas as we can. But yeah, we'll see you next time.